Hey there, Chad here. Thanks for joining me. This is Rising Star 2 with everyone but Andy, and we're about to go on a four-stop tour. I think maybe some of those are local, but maybe not. Nope, they're all out of town. So yeah, we're taking a mini tour there. Let's take a look at what we have. We have one song. It's not going to make it to 100%, but it will get to like 93%. We could maybe play it at 93%, at least not worry about it. So, but I don't think I refreshed everything last week. In fact, I'm positive I didn't. So we're going to refresh everything and we'll hold on to Local Legend for next Monday's show. 29 songs. We have a gig in Nashville. So everything's good there. We gained 3 points on it. Let's head to Nashville. Okay. City Theater. That sounds like a big deal, doesn't it? We'll go ahead and manually drive there. Okay, I was realizing that we had Ozzy's birthday last week and I paid no attention to the triple bonus, and I think that's because it's not as impactful as it had been. I guess it is as impactful, but with the spacing between levels being so much larger, it just doesn't seem to be as impactful. And so I guess that's something to consider. Let's make sure we don't screw up attitudes this time, like I just almost did. Get rid of separate fruit, get rid of letting loose. Okay, so we need a blue and a red. Well, I think we're going to toss Melissa in there because that one will work. And we can toss closer in there. The attitude is right. We are in Nashville. We are playing for 4,600 people potentially. I think we go ahead and we go big. Let's go this order this time. Oh, learning to drive. That's right. Was that an attitude problem? It just didn't do well. It just didn't do well. And I guess that's okay. Doesn't have to do great. We'll give it another try tonight and then we'll make some decisions. All right. We're going to start the gig. Here we go. Okay, out of the gate, not bad. That didn't do as well as I thought it did it? That looked like it went really, really well right there off the bat. 4,300 people watching. Wow, no looking back is a hit. 0.3, that is going to be a hit. I can tell from here. That one is, this one's going to be. Look at that. Boom. We have another hit on our hands. Learning to drive, not so much. We're going to go ahead and kill that one. No looking back. Is that the one that is almost all Topher? All right. Excited about that. Yeah, I did. I thought I looked up and it said 25%. I'm like, no, that must have been partway through the second song, but it was not. That's fantastic. Very, very good. No looking back. It is not the all Topher song. So that's okay. But look at this. It's a quality 85 song and it's a hit. So you do not have to make them 100. You get them to 85, 90, you're in good shape. And I need to remind myself of that. I think I've been really kind of focusing on, got to get to 100, got to get to 100. And maybe I need to just relax a little bit on that. Not too terribly difficult song, but yeah, that exploded. That was good. That is its second time playing. Okay, so was this a bad attitude somewhere? I think it was. Where we played it, I think was a bad attitude issue. Indianapolis. Yeah, Indianapolis didn't like spontaneity. So there you go. We now know, deliberation is the opposite of spontaneity. We now know, we have learned that for sure, if you have a hit and you play it somewhere where it is not enjoyed, you won't know that it's a hit. I suspect it because it got some applause and I think it had 2 or 3 stars when we did it. But nonetheless, we now have some evidence of that. That is awesome. And we are going to head to Memphis for our next gig. We're just going to fly through these like a mini tour and enjoy the successes of our new song. In fact, we will probably want to record it as soon as we have an opportunity to do so. I was realizing though, consecutive days, so we won't end up hitting a studio to do that, but we are definitely keeping that one on the books for now. The other ones, learning to drive, I was going to kill, wasn't I? Yeah. Learning to drive is going to go back in the pool. We can use the name again. I don't think the name impacts the song's quality. There we go. We'll come back around to that one. Let's go back to Earth's Lament as our third song. See what that does. Love Ache. Yeah. Price of Youth. Okay, then we're going to do... I can't recall how well As It Comes was doing, although we're going to have to look at attitudes here. I'm going to pull it all together first, and then we will worry about attitudes because I tend to mess it up if I go the other way around. So there's 9 songs. Looking good. And then we're going to sort by attitude. These would be the ones that would be worst. And we're okay. Now, again, you do have to be a little mindful that some of these can end up having both tags, red and, well, down and up, I guess red and green, right? And if that's the case, they will show up as neutral, but I don't think they'll get a lot of love if that happens. So just be mindful of that. We are up to a popularity of 11. I'm happy about that. Moving in the right direction. We're going to play in front of potentially 5,000 more folks tonight. Let's do it. Okay. And Melissa's going to blow it off the chart, so I probably should have played Wild Impulse up there. I didn't think about that. I should have moved those around a little bit. Well, and Smirk and Oppose. Those are going to rock it every time. Okay. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So I think that last one is the only one that didn't do enough to get some love. Our popularity went up 0.06. That's a reasonable number. 139 shirts sold, loving that. 40 copies of our album, loving that. 8 copies of our single. Yeah, we could put out like an EP of the best songs we have so far. That could be fun. Maybe do that. Maybe we'll do that next week. In between those gigs. Yeah, Wild Impulse. Oh, they ran out of energy. So that's always hard to judge too. Yeah, putting these songs in front of it, that was not the wisest move. You'll notice that in general, the songs follow a very strict pattern. A red song takes out 30 energy points. So we go from 100 to 70, 70 to 40. A yellow will add 15 points, back up to 55. And then this should cost us 40 points for 30 points for the red, but we didn't get quite down to 28 because this song isn't loved, right? I'm sorry, we didn't get down to 25. We got down to 28. So it didn't quite do it. This one will bump it up 40, and that's what it did. Drop it another 30, that's what it did. But then we dropped it 30 down to 8, and we only added 15 points back in. So did it actually just drop 30 there? I guess it did. Sometimes I feel like these songs will pull it down more than 30, and you kind of have to be mindful of that. Let's maybe watch that a little more closely, and I'll try to balance this out a little better. Well, it was Melissa actually, wasn't it? Yeah, it did not, and that's our best song. So maybe it is capped at 30. It won't always drop entirely 30. This time it did. So, okay, there we have it. A little bit of information for you there, and then let's get out of here and move on to the next city. You're with Shady O'Grady, Kentucky. Thanks, Shady. Andrew Hargrave Theater. Okay, well, we're going to chauffeur over there. Notice our cash is going up a little bit. That's always pleasant when money is important in a game. And we have 9 songs again tonight. So we're definitely going to drop Wild Impulse. Oh, wait, no, we ran out of energy on it. That's right. We're going to at least move him around a little bit. Let's put him where Price of Youth is. Give that a try. And maybe we change Say Yes Tonight to another blue song. Just to make sure we have the energy That one might be, no, we're okay so far. We'll do that. It's great when you have blues songs that are good because generally audience participation doesn't go up as much. It'll certainly go up, but it's not, 15 points like it is normally. But when they're good songs, it will do that, and that's always helpful. So we wanted to see where some of these songs sit. I think that's going to help with that. Attitudes. Oh, we got one that I don't want to do. Wild name. Oh, that would have been a mistake. We'll take that one out. We'll take that one out. They don't like spontaneity here. So we'll put Who's Jessica back in. We'll put that back up there. Born and Raised has been doing okay. We don't have Local Legend ready yet. Fighting the Cheap Seats is off of our previous album. Yeah, why not? We'll go with it. Put it here. Earth's Lament is doing okay, not great. Let's flip those around. We'll keep Who is Jessica close to the bottom because it will bump the numbers. And I'm feeling like we don't need the two blues, if we're going to also play that one. But I'm not sure maybe we'll do Love Ache instead of Letting Loose. So we're going to get rid of Closer, actually. We're going to get Closer out of there. We'll move Letting Loose up to here. And then we will bring in Love Ache here. I already know that Melissa's an awesome song. I'm not worried about trying to learn anything from it. And just to make sure we didn't screw up attitudes. Nope, we're good. Oh, darn it. That was a mistake, though. I didn't mean to click that. We'll do it right there. We're going to end really super strong. These 3,800 folks aren't going to know what hit them. Here we go. Hopefully it's 3,800. Oh, that's pretty close. 3,000. We'll take it. We need to start getting some of those head count gigs where we get paid $10 per head or $12 per head. Okay. Somebody leveled. Always like that. Okay, we're going to take a little bit harder look at these this time, but as you can see, our good songs did good. Love Ache, it's not worth keeping, and Fighting the Cheap Seats, we're going to go ahead and retire that one. They're not doing it for us. So let's be sure to do that. Everything else is doing okay. And only 35 shirts though. That's, yeah. It was a slow night at the merchandise counter. Oh, that happens. Obviously it happens. It's built into the game, right? Okay. So we are going to bump his production. I want him to be able to do all of our producing and not have to worry about the studio we're in when we do it, as long as it's a moderately priced one. We do want him to start. Let's go ahead and bump his stage presence. So we've got 2 points left. I can just max this out, and I think I'm going to do that, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. So he never has to put another point into production. That's not so bad. There we go. Down to Memphis, back to Tennessee. So we'll have to play with the order of songs just a little bit. Let's get there. We're the middle act. So that'll be 9 songs, as we know. Let's take a look. Got to get rid of Letting Loose. Got to get rid of As It Comes. Okay. And toss that. Wow, we have that might not work. All red. We'll get rid of Price of Youth. Put Closer back in. That's why we had Closer in there before, it's one they like. Say Yes Tonight, Earth's Lament, Private Sorts. Let's do that one. Bring that up here. Bring Closer to here. Who is Jessica to here? And we know, I said we were going to cut Love Ache, didn't I? Yeah. I need to be better about just doing that and stop talking and just do it when I say that. I did mess that up this time. We'll not worry about it too much. The other one was Fighting the Cheap Seats. We were going to drop that one. And that I remember. And we will archive it. It didn't do bad. Yeah, I think I need to adjust my formula by a magnitude. I think that'll make sense. And that might be what I had done in the past, and enough time had passed that I had forgotten about it. Maybe it's 1/100th of a point per 100 views is what I should probably be focusing on. It's a completely made up formula in my head. It's just what seems to work for me. Let's switch these around, although it really doesn't matter. We could do it that way. That's fine. Just the licks. These years, Love Ache. That one we know isn't going to do tremendously well, but that's all right. Okay, I think I'm pretty comfortable with that. Let's go with it. Wild Impulse was the other one we were going to drop, isn't it? Maybe it wasn't Love Ache. Put the two up against each other. See what happens. Just the Licks is doing well, though. We don't want to mess with that. Oh, Midnight Adventure. We haven't played that one in a while, and it is one they would like. Let's get rid of Born and Raised, and we'll end with Midnight Adventure. I'm going to take out Smirk and Oppose, too. Let's go ahead and put, you know what? Let's do that. Let's put two of these back to back and see. Let them battle to the death. See what happens here. We'll put them here. Nope, I did that wrong. I wanted to do, come on. Put this one below the line, and then we'll end this way. There we go. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's take a look, and the loser of these two will get dropped. Except I want to make sure I didn't screw up attitudes again, because I am really, really good at that. Looks like we're good. Okay. Here it is. What's it going to be? Now, a song won't spontaneously become a hit. If it isn't a hit right away, it's not going to be a hit. I think there are some that can be borderline, where to like float between, sometimes giving you, they're tapping their feet and sometimes not. But in general, that's very rare. A song that's a 2 is never going to become a hit unless you just played it in the wrong venue because of attitudes. So when we're seeing numbers like that, we're not really, we could cut them both and it's not going to hurt us that much is what I guess I'm getting at. Okay. What'd we get for endorsement? Only $60. That's all right though. 12 shirts. Ouch. That's not, it was a slow night at the merch table again. Okay. Well, looks like it. Okay. And the loser is Love Ache. Love Ache lost. We're going to get rid of that one. And we'll keep everything else, but we're going to get rid of Love Ache right away. And we did run out of energy. We knew that was probably going to happen. And look at that. 5 faces there. That's good. So that song is doing really well. Pretty happy with it. 14 points. Yeah. Good. Okay. Love Ache. Love Ache goes. Hey, we leveled up. I didn't notice that. So we are going to, oh, that's 235. So we're going to get back. Hey, we can go home and write some songs. Have some laughs. All right. Let's add 2 to playing. 1 to writing music. I like to leave just a little wiggle room here just in case there's more equipment she can get that'll bump that up on its own naturally. And let's do that. Let's get her kind of starting in the direction of maybe releasing something that gets an award next year. She'll need to have some solid lyrics for that to happen. Kind of the same for Angel. She'll need to be writing music a little more. But first, yeah, we'll go ahead and hit that. 3 there and 1 there. We'll come back and start getting writing music for her soon. Okay. Heading home. Not Carbondale, though. We want to go home. Hey, a triple day that is not a Sunday. Look at that. CBGB was founded on this date in 1973. All right. Well, I think I know what CBGB is. I'm going to have to look it up, but I'm trying to decide if I embarrass myself now and be wrong or wait. But I think CBGB is a venue in New York. And the reason I know that is my wife and I really, really enjoy watching Gilmore Girls. So, okay, we'll just leave it at that. Let's go home. And we will talk about that no more. Okay. How does that make you know? Well, let's just say Sebastian Bach, and we'll leave it at that. So writing songs, practicing songs, repairing. I mean, all this is good stuff. We wanted to record a song. I think that's how we'll end the day. Instead of going to a show, we will record a song. That'll give us great, great experience. Nice bump there. So we don't need to repair. Let's just develop some ideas while we're home. Go that way. Let's go back to blues again. I should have started there, although really not seeing any wigglers there, are we? Here's some ones. See if they bump up. There we go. Up to a 10. Okay. Oh, that's good. 66 points. We can still do virtually anything. Well, actually, we can. We can do any of them. All the way up to 25s. And there are some 25s just begging to be done. Could do that. I don't see any big numbers wiggling down here. So let's go ahead and do it. All right, down to 16. We can do some sixes. Plenty of sixes to work with. Go with that one. And then we're down to just some ones. She's got a spontaneity and a carefree. And she's got a climate change and a climate change. Easy enough. We are not writing a song today. We could do some repair. Let's go ahead and see what we can do there. Maybe we'll have a different outcome today. Our busking instruments can be messed with. Nope, no good there. Topher, how about you on your drum? None. Kiwi on the keyboard. And Chad on the guitar because Angel did the bass. No hits. Oh, wow. That just is, hasn't been cooperative for me. I used to feel like I got a hit maybe every 10 times. So maybe a little less than that, maybe every 20 times. Once per time I would cycle through all of them, I feel like I got at least one success. And that certainly hasn't been the story. Let's find the right CD shop to go to. Middle of the road. I don't think that quite got us there last time, did it? The song we want to do is No Looking Back. Can we get to 100? We cannot. We need to pay a little more than, probably $100 is where that break even is. You'll notice this is almost lining up and he's at 100%. So that's probably how the formula sort of works. Let's see if we can find one that's a little more pricey. Hard to believe I'm saying that. I can't remember which one it is we used last time. I thought at one point it would tell you, well, we could use this one. We won't have to use it for 24 hours. It will be a little more pricey than it would have to be. But it should be in the ballpark. We're not going to lose $1,000 by using a more expensive studio. So we'll go ahead and go with this. And it's No Looking Back is the song we want to do. Here we go. And boom, that was the hope. And it happened. So we leveled up here. Writing music. We're going to skip business this time. Stage presence, playing. Outstanding. I'm happy with that. Good outcome. We can, you know what? We need to turn our manager back on. We wouldn't mind some more local gigs again. I am going to go ahead and say 800. 830 is fine. You can type that number in if you want to be specific. I might do that if like there's a venue I know that has 800 people that I really want to play, I would type in 799. So it's the minimum that would happen. But let's go ahead and see if there's something going on. I bet the Slippery Wash has a show tonight. We might even be able to book something for ourselves. We should do a headlining slot. We are here for the show, but we also want to see if you have anything we can play at. We can do headlining as much as a month out. I think we'll do that. Let's give ourselves a little space just in case something stupid happens with attitudes. But let's go with, I don't know. Yeah, let's go with January 19th. 12 songs. Yep. I'll take it. We'll do that one. Got one on the books. Awesome.
You got some horse sense.
Yeah, I know.
Make it in show business.
I was just going to say we should go back to technology. I think I will have somebody do that. I think technology is going to come back. It's been negative for a very long time. It's been positive in Missouri, and that's great. But it's been several months now that it's been on the do not play list. So while I'm thinking of it, our lyric writer is Angel. Does she have one we want to drop? We've done a lot of climate change. She's got a few out there already. We could potentially drop that one. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Let's switch this one over to technology. As you can see, it is a negative. Okay. Check out the show. End of the week. The Automatic Kisses. If you want to put potential band names in the comments, I'll try to maybe use some of those for some of the other bands. I don't love all their names, and some of them are just kind of hard to say. I have no problem with replacing them. It's an easy process to do. Can't promise I'll use them. I might not even always see them. YouTube gets weird. It doesn't always tell me when there's comments. I get daily comments for months, and then I won't get any emails. I'm talking about emails about comments. I'll get them daily for months and then nothing. And I don't know what causes that to happen. It's not a spam filter. It just, they don't come to me anymore. And it's fine, but if I don't use the stuff, it's not personal. It's just that I maybe didn't see it. So there we go. But feel free to leave some names. And it is Saturday night. Let's go ahead and find out how our album did. We will do one more night of stuff. We have a concert Monday. Let's go ahead and practice. Yeah, I was thinking we should refresh everything. Well, let's get this one up there. It's only going to go up to 96, but it will go up. Hey, we climbed a little bit. 1,800 units sold. Good. And Calvin's coming through. 25,000 folks. It's an opening gig in Kansas City. We'll take that. 5,000. Big drop off, but that's okay. It is a middle opener. For faint surprise. Really, it's an opener. They've only got one other band scheduled. So, yeah, we'll take that. That's this month. That's this week. Yeah, we'll take that. Next month, we'll take that one. Maybe one or two more. Louisville, I'm going to skip that one. Arkansas, we haven't been to Arkansas in a while. Let's go ahead and do that. Clarksville on Christmas Day. Yeah, nice Christmas present for somebody to come to see our band. Duck Room this week. Sure. It's hard to pass that one up. You don't lose anything. You can write songs. You can practice songs afterwards. The local ones are really, really easy to kind of say yes to. And we haven't been to Champaign for a while. It's been 4 months, but at least for that venue. But I think we're going to pass on that one for now. Well, December 26th. That's Tuesday in a week. We'll go ahead and take that one, but I think that's going to close. He's done. So I'm going to turn that off again. Let's go back to, let's do nothing for a bit. Give him a break. There we have it. Okay. Well, I think that's going to do it for us for today. I appreciate your time. We will pick up here in the next episode with Everyone But Andy in Rising Star 2 by Gilly Games. Fantastic music management simulator. And I could easily say this is one of my favorite games ever. And just put together so well. Not perfect, but really, really well done. So thanks for your time. And until next time, fair travels.